Just like that. Just like that. Excuse me. This program needs a better, more visible recording. Cause I hit the button. I'm not even sure if I'm recording. But this is Volothan Modulus Tautology, and this here is San Andreas. We just call it that, you know. But basically, this is Grand Theft Auto 3 Part 3. Just a little quick history for those that are completely unfamiliar, and that's 90% of my Facebook page with video games. Y'all know it. Y'all know the video games and stuff, and y'all familiar with this game right here. So stop fronting. This version of the game I'm running off of my phone, and I did a couple gameplays of playing this game, running it off of my phone. I figured I start here, right? And the reason why I'm starting here is because this is the greatest Grand Theft Auto game. Now, that's a bold statement. I know. I hear that. But this was the officially the first one that was completely hip hop, because hip hop played a secondary role in Grand Theft Auto 3, in Grand Theft Auto 3 Part 2, which is Vice City. And I mean that in a way that it was just a radio station. This one was the first to really see my gang members over here. Why y'all leaning on the car like that? Y'all better walk off. But at one point, he said they're gonna lean on that one, right? But at some point, I'm gonna be able to group up with them and like this is still the beginning of the game. But since I'm, I mean, they green, they wear green, so we the same gang right here. And there it is. This game was based upon the Boys in the Hood. What's the other movie? Menace to Society. Like, so this game was based upon those two movies basically. And, well, most of the black gangster movies of gangs and stuff like that. But is what this game is based on, the storyline, etc., etc. I facetiously told Mr. C that this is technically, part 3. Like, so Boys in the Hood would be part 1. Menace to Society would be part 2. So I guess this would be San Andreas 3. Like, this is part 3, And, I can go more into more, and I'm planning on going to more detail of how this game is it's hip hop. The game is the culture. The game, Chuck D is in the game, and Samuel L. Jackson's in the game, and it is the first time that a video game really took in the culture of being black in America, from the music, etc., etc. The lifestyles, how we interact with each other. Of course, this is more West Coast inspired, as opposed to New York, where Grand Theft Auto 3 is New York. So I guess the main protagonist in that movie, in that game, can be considered Italian, but he's more like a mutt, I would say. He could be Italian, Spanish, et cetera, kind of a thing. Christopher Columbus kind of a character. The second movie was straight Italian, right? That's when Tommy Vercetti, I think that's his name, The main protagonist's name goes down. He runs away from New York, or what we call Liberty City, and then this is part three. Um, I can elaborate on that more and more. I guess I'm supposed to show a little gameplay. You see the street women walking in the street, and see, clearly this game isn't for children, right? It's rated mature. Um, so it is like letting children go see rated R movies, or teenagers seeing rated R movies. Really, rated R movies is 17 and older, right? You're not supposed to go to see those type of movies without parental guidance. If you're with your parent, yeah, and then you can go see a rated R movie. If your parent wants, allows you to see those type of movies. Parental guidance is still a part of the equation. Now, we're in a society right now where these children don't have parental guidance. You know, especially in the black community, you're dealing with a lot of single motherhood and being the parent, and they just let the children do what they do, and you don't have to like go to the movie. Well, you can't afford to go to the movie theaters, so they watch it with the kids. They'll but they don't play this kind of a game with the children. Therein is where they get a little hypocritical, because then it's they'll buy the game for the kid and just let the kid do whatever they do, and figure that it's okay. To the psyche of the child, and the real disservice is the government coming in and dictating this game. Like that's the big that's the big injustice to this game, is that this game received all the blame of psychological issues going on in our community. All right, in the original game, there's even they called it hot coffee or something like that, where there's a little sex game going on or whatever, but they removed it from. I know it's not in this version of the game, but it was something that they had in the game. I didn't mean to bang the car. And I just came back from this one getting so I'm messing up the car, and then as you can see, I got the bike in here. One of them say police on it, so I can disguise myself as a cop, or put the siren on for the high speed chase. I gotta learn the buttons again. Stop beating the car up, dude. Now I don't want the radio on, because I don't want to get copyright claimed, I guess. Nah, I'm good. Nah, I'm good. See what I'm saying? Like, I can get in trouble, and, but not in trouble, but, what I'm saying? Like, it's this ain't for children. So to have the government come along and be like, well, now that's where you get into where Republicans like what is that guy's name? And he's so hated in the black. Well, they promote him as for us to hate him so much. I can't even think of his name right now. Larry Elder, right? And we project to hate him so much in the black community that he's the sellout, he's the Uncle Tom, he's the coon, he's the yada yada, right? That I can't even say those words, and all he said was that black women are married to the government, and they are. They claiming they 92% voted for, policies that really blame games like this for all the ills of our society, when it's actually fathers not being, not playing the game with their children. Like, teach them the right way to, to steal a car. You know what I mean? But there is a righteous moral, or it could be like you choose the direction of the main character. But the same thing happens in Star Wars, where Knights of the Old Republic, games like that, where you can choose to be the good or the bad guy. That's the beauty of these role playing games. So you can, walk the path of righteousness. You don't have to steal cars or this or that, or you know what I mean. You could just play, the clean, righteous dude, and that's how I was kind of facetiously playing this game when I first started playing it, as a live stream. But I'm just driving around a little bit, just to show that this is live. I'm playing the game, and they go, no, they cool, they green. When it's the other, when they wearing blue or whatever, they might shoot at me. The rival gangs. The yellow is the Hispanics, right? They mainly Mexicanos, right? Or whereas East Coast we have more, Puerto Ricans and Dominicans on the East Coast over here. But since they opened up the borders, you know what I mean, we flooded with all the different immigrant. It's not just Hispanic, it's not just Spanish, But that's not what I'm just showing the game a little bit. So, see that these are the rivals. These are the Spanish gang. So they might start shooting at me, right? Because I might have been trying to do a drive-by. Like they don't know the car. They see the see me in there. They know I'm black, right? And therein is where Fat Joe gets a little hypocritical, because it's he still wants to play that game, and what I mean. But I get it. It is creating the beef, the controversy to sell, and it's like, dude, we get it. It's supposed to be friendly battles and things of that nature. A lot of gang, a lot of yellow around here, right? And then but we're dealing with colorism, and I say yellow people. It's the extremists that go, oh, he's racist because he doesn't like the yellow people, or he's calling all Spanish people yellow and yada yada. You know what I mean? And yellow means cowardice, and it's when you're caught up on the wrong side of whatever that color is. So I'm just doing a friendly drive and rapping a little bit to to reinforce just this game, and I wanna get a shot for my. I do want to get a shot for. Let me see. I do it right here. Nah, I want to do it in front of a nice car though. I'm gonna try to do a photo shot so that I can use it as the main thumbnail for this game, for me playing the game a little bit, But yeah, most gamers get on here and then they wild all out, and that's the game, wilding out and killing cops and all kinds of crazy stuff like that, and getting into trouble. That's how a lot of kids play it. They don't, they ain't necessarily trying to do the goals and follow the story, and some kids are. A lot of kids do. Let me stop dissing the children, right? But this game isn't for children. That's the moral of my rap right now. I'd rather play Legend of Zelda with my son, which is a more Dungeons and Dragons. You still can cut people's heads off and gory things like that. But they know it. The children, good children know that. The difference between real and fake, or make believe. Real life and make believe. Like, see, they ain't cool. They'll shoot at me. There's a lot of cops out here. What's so many? There's so many cops. And like I said, I'm still at the beginnings of the game as far as game through. I want to see how it runs. Like, because I'm running it off my phone, and so there's a little delay in it. More gang members. So you get all the corny cheat cards the first until you start doing levels and stuff. Then you'll start seeing the more expensive cars, and then you'll be able to drive them and things like that. Like they do nerf the system. And, it is but it's a very. I mean, this is one of the greatest games of all times. This is the game that made the PlayStation 2, right? Like, yeah, and it is you're taking away from Grand Theft Auto 3 being like, yeah, Grand Theft Auto 3 is the truth. I never really played that one. I did play San Andreas. Vice City. I did play a lot of Vice City growing up. Not growing up. I was already grown when this game come out. But therein is politically. That's what I wanted to talk about this game. Really, politically, is where you see how the car pops back up again. So that's kind of what I did last time. I pulled back up and the car was back again. And no, stop. And the boys is So I guess I'll just take a picture with it. Like, I'll make this yeah, that's good. That was a good shot right there. In fact, that might be the shot right there. You know what I mean? Let y'all know that. Yeah, I'll do a little more gameplay on it, explain a little bit more, and But I just wanted to bring up the politics in it because you got and it's clearly the Democrats right now. We get the Republicans play the same game. Watch your mouth. Democrats play the same game. The Republicans play the same game, but the Democrats, they lost, but now they still trying to, they still talking about grouping everything beyond, around blackness. Like that was the main issue with this game. Is okay. Here's the game is black people, and now it's now it's extra evil because this is what's causing all the ills in the black community. Totally neglecting the fathers, being absent, right? But we're not absent. We're trying to be the leaders of our households, and it is the actual government, is the Democrats going in there and denying our rightful places in our own homes. Somebody done stole the other car. And how I know. So what I mean by that is that was funny, right? And these are the early phases of artificial intelligence too, which we can analyze in this game. But I'm gonna throw some names out there. We will Jesse Jackson. So in the 90s, Jesse Jackson went against hip hop, and hip hop attacked him with Free Mumia. Right? We'll get more into that and what that meant about. So he kind of took a step back, but he still represented the Democratic Party. Al Sharpton was also a part of that whole thing, but it is funny to still see Al Sharpton trying to play the role that they used to play, especially after what we learned from like this game, that it's not just, it is him going, still blaming black people, right? He'll blame black people or hip hop in particular. He blames hip hop for the problem, It's the music, it's the video games, it's the, you know what I mean. It's those things. It's the, so he's blaming the children, and it's really him promoting other people and not really helping the black community. He's not investing the 500 million in the right places that he received from the Democrats. Right? He's because you can see he's still focused on immigrants. Right? That's how the benign neglect actually works with the Democratic Party against black people. It's first you mention black people, then you mention LGBTQ, then you mention immigrants. That way you group all of them together and saying, like, all right, so now we grouped y'all together. If you say anything opposite of that, that makes you homophobic, transphobic, or now xenophobic. That makes you afraid of change. When the truth is I'm trying to, actually, I'm not trying to play this game with my son. You know what I mean? I'd rather play some, Sonic the Hedgehog with him. You know, there's violence in Sonic the Hedgehog too. But y'all not blaming that violence. Y'all blaming specifically games like this one, like and movies like Black Panther, where the black man is the main protagonist. And that way you can link it to other things that go against God. That's what we're talking about. Right? So that you can link it together. Like, nah, I don't do that LGBTQ. I don't do that. Well, then you're the one full of hate. Like, that's the problem, right? Now, me and my son, we gonna play Nintendo, right? I like Nintendo because it's more geared towards the, it's more of a toy company, and it's more geared towards the children, right? I'm not buying an 8-year-old Xbox or a PlayStation because those are more adult content. They're more geared towards adults. Yeah, they do have games so that you can have your children play those games while you play your Grand Theft Autos or whatever. But therein is where the hypocrisy of what the government, they start arguing the opposite, and in them arguing the opposites all the time. This is what they're actually doing, and it's a psychological attack actually on the elderly, because they're the ones still promoting, the antis, what they done flipped the script on. So they don't know it that no better, because it's, they just want to spend time with the children, and of course the children know that they can't play Grand Theft Auto with grandma. You know what I mean? Yeah, they can, play it with pops. But Pops is making sure that they not, doing all of the very, very, rated X kind of stuff. Yeah, we can, shoot at some cops and whatever, get away, do the missions. Like let's do the missions, So that's where we at right now in life. We're trying to do the missions, and here's the Democrats still talking about some illegal immigrants. Like, nah, they gotta go, right? You know what I'm saying? But then, well, you black, and how can you be against them, and you black, and you forget you, right? Right? Like we out here really struggling. We don't have jobs. We're losing our homes, our families, and everything because y'all supporting illegals over our interest. That's the problem. Y'all showing favoritism to the illegals. Right, so yes, it's sad what happened to that lady in New York that got burnt up. It's sad that the dude got shot, the CEO. But y'all want to keep putting the CEO on a higher level than the lady that's just sleeping on the train and get set on fire, and then blame a video game to when it's fathers are trying to be in the home. Fathers are trying to be leaders in the community. And we're trying to reestablish the brotherhood of man, the fatherhood of God. And here y'all go talking about some illegals again, talking about immigration and everything except for what, Larry Elder said it. Like, women, y'all got to stop being married to this government. Y'all proud to be part of that 92%. that's a major problem. That's a major psychological issue that you have to resolve. Forget this government. We got to build it ourselves, right? So yeah, I won't play this around my son. Well, I play it a little bit around him. If I was to do a stream playing this game, but he's only 13. We got what, 4 years before he's 17, 5 years before he's 18 to really play games like this and other games that are, rated R. He's still on PG-13. Let him watch. We're gonna watch Iron Man maybe tomorrow or something. Next time I check him out. You know what I mean? We'll play a game. We'll go for a walk, talk about life, play a game, and then watch a movie or something. You know what I mean? Because he's my son, number one son. Right? And yes, I'm showing favoritism toward him, and it's very hypocritical that the government is acting like we supposed to show favoritism to them. Like that's why they promoting or throwing all this advertising, and they, Barack asking for $5 donation to just extort you because he knew he couldn't win, right? Because he knew in the street the brothers was really going, nah, forget y'all, right? The true samples that they were getting statistically was it was going to be a bloodbath. That because black men like me were saying, nah, I'm not voting for Kamala, right? Yes, I'm bold enough to tell y'all the truth. Yes, I voted for Jill Stein in 2016. Then I voted for Donald Trump, right? And then but that was 2020 when I voted for Donald Trump against Biden. I couldn't vote for Biden. So yes, this time I voted for Trump again. And what I mean? Now I got to fix everything that the Democrats, right? And it's like, don't blame, no. I'm blaming the Democrat Party for changing the colloquialism, the language, the fundamental definition of fatherhood. One God, our Father, all the time. Hip hop life, love one. That's the truth. I think I got my point across. I was just rambling a freestyle for y'all. Hit the like button, subscribe, share. I'll be back with more gameplay of this. I'm glad it worked. It's just me trying to share what I'm going to do in the next Project 2025. And it was 30 minutes. I gave y'all 30 minutes of me breaking it down for y'all again. And the truth about what hip-hop culture really is. Hip-hop is an American culture created by the children of the 1960s civilization rights. We trying to get civilization rights, which include God is love, hip-hop is life, time is holy, and money is that fourth dimensional illusion that really doesn't exist. Even in this game is socioeconomics, which is nothing more than the art of making the most out of life. Peace.